So this video is for everyone, including but not excluded to 8-Ball Reaper. And if you want to get your name in this jar of names, all you have to do is keep commenting on these videos. And throughout this episode, we are referencing a certain film. So if you can tell us what film that is, then let us know. So here's a little bit of a story about my past. Ages ago, I travelled to London, and St Pancras was the station we got to, and there was a stall that sold pretzels. Now, this was an amazing soft pretzel. It was fantastic. It was lovely, and I've never been able to find any other pretzels that just match that one. Maybe it's just because it's better in my mind or whatever, but I've never been able to find any that are as good. So today, I'm making my own ones, and hopefully they will be just as good, and they will not turn out to be a catastrophe. But here's what you'll need. 250 millilitres of milk, 1 packet of dry yeast, 3 tablespoons of light brown sugar, 300 grams of flour, 110 grams of unsalted butter, 1 teaspoon of fine salt, 3 tablespoons of baking soda, and 2 tablespoons of coarse salt. What I'm using here is rock salt. Step 1, white yeast. Warm the milk to 110 degrees. The reason it's 110 degrees is because that is the boiling point of milk, which is very similar to water, which is 100 degrees. And then pour the milk into a bowl, add the yeast, and wait 2 minutes. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the same technique you would do if you're using fresh yeast, where you have to pour it into warm water and leave it, and it sort of expands. Now, I believe that is the same sort of principle here, but instead of using water, you're using milk. Step 2, mixing it up. Add the brown sugar and about 135 grams of the flour and stir. Add about 25 grams of soft butter and stir. And then add the remaining flour and the fine salt. Step 3, knead a poo. Knead the dough and shape into a ball. The kneaded a poo title there is because of my favourite joke, which is, why were the baker's hands brown? Because he kneaded a poo, like kneading the dough. Place into a greased bowl and cover for 1 hour. Step 4, not the droid you're looking for. Preheat the oven to 230 degrees. Punch the dough and then divide into roughly 6 balls. Then stretch out into 30-inch ropes, slapping the dough as you move. I think I'm doing it right. You sort of grab both ends and sort of slap the middle part into the to the desk. But it's sort of tricky to sort of keep it all even and not have one piece that gets really, really thin. So you sort of have to hold it in different places and slap certain parts and basically make them into very long ropes. It says 30 inches. I'm not quite sure I did that. That seems a bit high. But you can sort of guess when you get a long enough piece of dough when you know you can tie it into a pretzel knot. Speaking of which, arrange the dough ropes into a pretzel shape, which is shown on the video before you. It's basically a circle with a twisty bit in the middle. Step 5, do not dip. Dissolve the baking soda into about 750 millilitres of warm water. Then place the solution into some sort of baking tray and then dip each pretzel into the solution. Once it's all sort of covered in this solution, you want to sprinkle the top of the pretzel with coarse salt. Okay, and then arrange onto a baking tray lined with baking parchment and get ready to place them in the oven. Step 6, baked. Bake for 10 to 12 minutes until they're golden brown. You and me together will be forever, you see. We two can be good company. That was a massive bite. Right, so how do they taste? Well, they're still not as good as the ones I had at St Pancras, but they're actually pretty decent. Now, I can tell you from experience and from the future, that after they do obviously get worse as time goes on, they're better eaten on the day while they're still warm, and if you're eating them, say, the day after, they're still nice, and you still can put them in a microwave for about 30 seconds just to heat them up again, and they're still really nice. But that is it. So until we continue with this video companionship, you can do whatever you want to do with this video. You can like it, you can share it, or you can dislike it. But if you do, why should I worry? Why should I care? Ooh.